Hey friends, welcome back to Texas Ice Gardening. I took a quick sneak out here right after dinner because I want to show you what I have currently growing in the ground for our fall crops. It's that time of the year where we're switching our summer garden for our fall garden, and I just want to show you what I currently have growing in the ground. I'm going to make my way over here. I've got in these grow bags here, I have radishes. And I have a couple of different varieties of radishes. Now, if this is your first time experimenting with being a gardener or growing some sort of a crop, I do recommend that you grow radishes, because radishes, actually, you can have radishes within like a month. So for instance, in this bag here, I have cherry bell radishes. And these, from days to harvest, these are actually 22 days. So here in 22 days, I'll have some radishes from that. Over here, I have a different variety. This is a watermelon radish, and it's a pink flesh. And these, the maturity rate on these, days to maturity, are 55 days. And then in this bag here, I just did a mixture of the cherry bell and the watermelon radishes as well. And if you're not a big radish fan, that's okay, because when you grow them in your garden, it makes a huge difference in the taste. And then also you can roast these and they're delicious. The sugars caramelize when you roast them, and it gives it a completely different flavor profile. Now what I'll come and do is, once these seedlings get a little bigger, I'm going to actually thin them out to where there's only 2 left. And then after that, I'll thin it out to where there's only 1 left. And again, you want to make sure you space your radishes, give them plenty of space so that the bulb can evolve down at the bottom without being disturbed. And what I'll do here in about a week or 2, I'm going to sow another wave of radishes. That way I have more to harvest in the later times. These 2 grow pods, I have different varieties of snap peas. This one here is a very pretty one. It's called the Sugar Ann snap pea. And then to the right here, if you can see, I sow my stuff at different times, so that way I have a harvest around the entire season. These here are what we call Sugar Anns. And there are 2 different types, Sugar Magnolia Snap, and these are Sugar Anns. Then I also threw in some Sugar Daddy peas in here as well. So again, I like to have diversity and a good mixture. And these will go up the trellis. I have a nice little arch here that they'll go over into the other side. I have my good old Texas early onion that I'm starting from seed. And these are getting probably in about 2 or 3 weeks to the point where I can transplant them out of here and actually sow them on the ground. But again, these were all started from seed at different times. It's gonna look a little funky, but the reason why this container and some of the other ones that I'll show you in a moment are covered up is because I actually have carrot seedlings in here. So, and there's actually quite a few popping up right now. Carrot seedlings are very sensitive. So what you want to do is use the board method like I have here, where you wet the ground, the dirt, and then you put the seeds in and you cover it up so the moisture stays in there. And that's going to help them germinate. Carrots actually have a long germination period, about 15 days. So this just helps the seeds stay in place, and it helps you really keep consistency. And it helps them germinate. So in this container, I actually have a variety here of, we call it the, and I'm going to mess this up, Kaleidoscope Blend. It's a mixture of purple, yellow, red, and different colors, different flavor profiles when it comes to carrot. I had and sowed green beans, just because, again, with Thanksgiving coming up, I want to make sure that I have everything that I'm going to need to make my green bean casserole. So I went ahead and sowed some Blue Lake stringless pole beans, and those 2 will be there. And again, these will also trellis up this arch. I have a different arch here, and we'll be able to harvest some green beans in time for Thanksgiving. Now in these containers, I have another set of carrots that are in the process of germinating. On this one right here, I have my Parisian. There's some more carrots, and that one actually has a variety called Cosmic Purple. It's really high in antioxidants. It's a Cosmic Purple. And this one germinates in 12 to 18 days as well. I've got my lettuce growing here on my grow towers. And then I've also got, if I zoom in here, I've got spinach growing in different levels as well. In here, it may not look like it right now. You can see that we already have some seedlings sprouting out in different rows. So I have half of this bed is covered with beets, green top bunching beets, and then the other half of the bed, again, carrots take a long time to germinate, but this half, the left half here, has a mixture of Royal Chantenay carrots, I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. All I know is they're yellow carrots from Baker Creek Seed Company. And then I do know how to pronounce this one. This is called the Kyoto Red Carrot. All along here, right to about right here, I have a very delicious vegetable called kohlrabi. And if you've never experienced kohlrabi, it's like a potato, the texture of a potato, but the taste of like a mixture of broccoli. That's about as close as I can explain it. It's a really good vegetable, very good for you. I have the white Vienna kohlrabi on this side, and then on all that side I have a purple variety of kohlrabi. All right, so in here, I'm going to start on this side. We have a mixture of things. So I have, again, more snap peas and more snap peas. All of these were started at different times. But if you notice, there's a couple of spots where I have seedlings that have already come out. And that's because this entire side here, and they're spaced out quite drastically because this is actually going to become this right here. So they need plenty of space. And then if I pan around this way, everything from here, and again, some of these have already germinated, but everything from there up to right here, all of this, and again, some of these have already started to come out, all of that is actually going to be green cauliflower. Yes, I said that right, green cauliflower. I went ahead and sowed right there all along here. We have some already coming out of the ground right here. This is all going to be green beans. So another wave of green beans. And then all of this right here, which hasn't germinated yet because they take a little longer, but all of this area, that is all going to be purple cabbage. If you're watching this and you think it's too late to start a garden, it's never too late. In fact, you're in the right season to go ahead and start your fall garden. And again, seeds may seem like a lot of time and a lot of effort, but you know, some of these seeds, I just literally put them in the ground maybe a day or two ago, and you've seen how big they are now. And that feeling you get of going outside and checking and seeing that, that's unexplainable. That's something that I wish for you to experience. And just go out there and give it a try. You have nothing to lose, but a lot to gain. I'll see you guys next time here at Texas Size Gardening.